Welcome back to Hubnut. My name's Ian and this is my latest purchase, a bright red Toyota Avensis TR 2.2 turbo diesel, the engine that's either absolutely bomb-proof or a head gasket blowing disaster area. I wonder which. I guess we're going to find out. Let's talk you through what's going on the fleet this week. So yeah, it looks good from a distance, but then so does the car behind it. But this is rather worse. The paint lacquer has absolutely gone, so there's a clear coat over the red paint and it's coming off in sheets, which I don't mind, frankly. I don't really care about cosmetics. Seem to have a flat tire going on here. That's slightly worrying, so we'll see what state that's in. But yeah, I have just given it a wash. The alloys have come up beautifully. They were absolutely bogging, they were revolting, and now they're all sort of the same silver colour, which is encouraging. But yeah, all over the lacquer is absolutely shot. Here's where it's reached so far, the peel back on the roof. The tailgate, it's been coming off as I've been washing it. It's just coming off in sheets. So done in. And people saying, oh, you should sort that out, paint it. But I'm not really sure how to do that on my sort of budget with my sort of patience. So just in case you didn't see the reveal video, it's an Avensis D-4D TR. TR is not quite top spec. I think that was the T-Spirit, but they still threw an awful lot of technology at it, like the dual zone climate control, the 17-inch alloy wheels, and it's got automatic headlamps and wipers. I've already replaced the wiper blades, although we've had a slight disaster on the front because the passenger blade is actually, the one I fitted is too long, and so I have created a very small triangle of doom. I shall try and demonstrate. Such is my woe. There we go. Shush. Pop the ignition on, fold up the screen, give it a wipe. Yeah, look, I've created this little triangle here, and the accompanying dribbles of disappointment. I have failed. I have failed in my wiping abilities. But yeah, auto wipers, and you can adjust the sensitivity because they're never perfect, these things. And yeah, otherwise it seems okay. It's been a very pleasant drive so far. I have worked out that the stereo, just pop it on. Whoa, shush. Yeah, you press open and then it opens up and you can put your CDs or DVD ROMs in. I presume that's for the sat nav. So CD up the top. Haven't tried it yet, but will do. That's quite cool. And I would be tempted to change it for another system because it is useful to have the Bluetooth connectivity, but somewhere I have got one of these, but it's actually a transmitter, so I can connect up that way. I may do that, but I might just use it as is, see how we get on with the car, and then we can decide what we're going to do with the head unit. So as well as the head gasket issues and turbo failings and clogged up DPFs and EGRs, it's all good fun, isn't it? The other thing that can go wrong apparently is the gearbox, and you can lose 6th gear, but I don't think that'd be any great loss, to be honest. 5th is still pretty tall. But yeah, there we go. If I change the display, the average since I filled up the other day, we've only done 11 miles, is 34 mpg, which tells you just what it's like driving around here, really. It's just nightmarish. So if we turn that off and take the key out so it stops bonging, we're all good. Is there anything else to cover in here? I don't think so. There has been talk about a rear sunscreen, but I don't think this has it. I don't know if it's had a change of parcel shelf. Is it in the parcel shelf? There's a little hole there, which suggests, there it is, but you know, it's designed for something to hook into, but nonetheless there are no screens that I can see. I mean, they're not that novel a feature. The Citroen BX had those in the 1980s, but yeah, loads of leg room, loads of boot space, and I've just been in the boot. There's a bit more lacquer coming off. I've just been into the lower boot area, absolutely bone dry. They can leak in the back, as can most cars, you know, whether it's through the lights or the tailgate itself. There's no rust. Previous owner has obviously gone around and done lots of lubricating of the hinges. We've got stacks of history, none of which I bought with me today, but I am the 4th owner, I think, from new, so really not bad going at all. And it even came with this rather lovely and upside down Toyota keyring, So the key I don't love, because we've got 3 buttons and the boot release. Why can't we just have 1 button for lock and unlock? I don't quite understand. But nonetheless, it should be a decent daily vehicle, even with its potentially deadly engine. But it's done 111,000 miles, so hopefully it'll be all right. I think a lot of it comes down to how you look after the car. With modern diesels, that tends to mean using a low SAPS oil, not just the cheapest stuff you can find on the shelf at the supermarket, and also using a decent fuel. I've got some dipotane coming, which I used in the Berlingo, and it's a fuel additive. Now, I don't think these fuel additives can really ever fix problems, but my plan is to use it before there are problems. These engines can soot up, and the drive up here to the unit today is kind of an example of exactly what you don't do with one of these, because the coolant temperature was barely up to temperature at all, so the oil is going to be nowhere near. So really, if you've got a diesel of the more modern era, you only really want to be using it for long journeys, and that's certainly the plan with this one. So it may do a bit of sitting around and then get used for the long trips. So I do quite a lot of long trips. I'm on the road quite a lot, and then the tiny little buzz bombs we have variously are less good. Let's move on to other cars. We'll start with a Raffle car, which this also had a puncture the other day. There was a screw in it. I need to go and see Tim at Cambrian Classics. He's been swapping that over. The Berlingo has exactly the same tyre size. What are the chances? So this is sitting on the Panda's spare, because there isn't a spare wheel with this car. But it isn't actually standing on it because it's on axle stands, because, let's put the lights on. We are part way through a timing belt change. So there is the timing belt, but the job is halfway through. And Giles, the mobile mechanic, had to abandon the job because the water pump was wrong. It's what SKF list for this engine, but if you look at this photo, the pulley on that blue one, or not the pulley rather, the impeller, absolutely tiny. That just doesn't look right. And it looks nothing like the one that comes off. There is a second water pump with a -2 signature indication thing after the part number. That looks right, so we've ordered that. So this job is stuck halfway, and Giles is meant to be doing the cam belt on this as well, but he can't because his timing kit is now in use on this engine, and we've had to abandon it. So he's coming back later this week to get that finished. But yeah, it was all going pretty smoothly, really. I know it's quite an easy job and I should be doing it myself, but my confidence is quite low. This is going well away from here, potentially, with a new winner in the raffle. Link down there, that's where it is. Link in the description below if you want to take part. We've now reached a threshold, by the way. I said if we sold 2,000 tickets, I'd put a new rear axle in it. So I'm going to have to do that because we've now topped 2,000 tickets. So yeah, £1 to go. You could win our little salvage save car. It's been very pleasing. I've been putting a few miles on it, and it's a bonny little thing, and it goes really well for a 1.2. Obviously it's no racing machine, but it is nice to drive. I've got a road test coming on this versus this, because of course they are both Fiat, really, yet they're both Fiat built in Poland. So hopefully some interest there. And then yeah, when Giles has got this one done, you can then get this one done. Little Miss Hubnut's coming back for Christmas, and we're going to get her insured on this again so she can do some driving in her little car. Took the in the car, it's still just sat there, and as is Betty, acquiring bits all the time for those two. So those are in progress. I've now got the exhaust bits for the charade. I just need to find the time to do it. That's probably not going to be today, unfortunately. Ellie the 2CV has been sitting out in the rain, and I've been using her a fair bit. The engine build for this is it's sort of on hold rather. Because I'm trying to source a crankshaft. I was sure I've got one in there. I'm sure I have somewhere a good crankshaft. We got that part score many years ago, and I found the camshaft from that part haul. I haven't found the crankshaft yet, but we will get there, hopefully. Oh, security has been triggered. I'm not sure why, I never hear anything. Bob the Folding Camper, obviously we would love to get undercover, but as you can see we're a bit full at the moment. And the parts Daihatsu, still no firm decision on what we're doing with that car. I'm going to play it by ear it's kind of tempting to try and revive that one as well. But, you know, one thing at a time. We've got enough projects going on at the moment. And the missing cars are Bella de Belingo is at home or near home because we've run out of parking space. And yeah, she should be going off for some engine work, hopefully, at some point. I've got to try and work the logistics out of that. And then there's Desmond the Perodua Canary is also at home and is just bombing along, being a great little car. And to be honest, that's the one that would normally be doing the run up to the unit, because it's not very far, but Desmond's little petrol engine warms up nice and quick. Certainly a lot quicker than a modern diesel. Modern diesels just don't warm up. They take forever to get any temperature in. So that's where we are really. But yeah, I'm loving this. This is so low revving. It produces maximum power, shush, at just 3,600 RPM. I mean, it's almost like a truck engine. Maximum torque, which is 340 Newton meters, is produced all the way from 2,000 up to 2,800 RPM. So you don't have to rev it. And I suspect that's part of the issue, is why they have a reputation for sooting up, is that engine hasn't got to try very hard most of the time. So with any car, I like to give them a bit of an Italian tune-up every now and then. I think that is so important with modern diesels. You've got to get them hot and working hard, try and clear the soot out. So that's my theory anyway. But yeah, it's looking splendid in this lovely winter sunlight. So, well, as long as you don't look too close. So I don't think I'm going to bother polishing it, because why would you? But yeah, longer term, I'm not sure what the plan is. I'm just going to enjoy it for a bit. And ultimately, this is potentially a replacement for Betty and Bella. But it depends how it goes, really. I still love Betty, my Australian Ford. And we will be getting her back on the road in the new year. But until then, it's, yeah, the Avensis. I may try and give the headlamps a bit of a buff today. They're doing the typical plastic thing. And the headlights, I will, compared to the Saab, the main beam is not as good, but the dip beam is better. So it's better for driving at night than the Saab was, which is like daylight and nighttime if you yeah, flick between the beams. But yeah, just seems nice. So that's where we are. And yeah, I'm very pleased with my purchase so far. Feels a bit risky. Like I say, these engines can have a reputation, but it's got to 111,000 miles. It's full service history most of its life, including full Toyota history for the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I think. I'm yet to go through the entire history. There's lots of it, but yeah, very happy. Oh my gosh, I was just going through the glove box. It's got the original DVD-ROM, which I presume is your sat-nav mapping. So that's going to be horribly out of date, but still lovely. We've got locking wheel nuts, and that's always good. And you can lock them in the glove box. Let's have a look in here then. We've got the books that I probably need to pay a bit more attention to. That's the owner's manual. That's quite a chunky thing, isn't it? Blimey. Yeah, so lots to look through there. And that's the navigation system owner's manual. Crikey. And is this the service book then? Because I couldn't find a service book in the big history pile. Yeah, service and warranty. 12-year warranty. Oh, it's just out. Have we got some stamps in here somewhere? Oh yeah, here we go. So it was first service at 10,000 miles, which is the oil interval, in November 2008. And again 2009. So this is good. Yeah, this is still Toyota up to 2013 and 54,000 miles. Oh my gosh, in fact all the way up to 81,000 miles in 2022 it was serviced at the original Toyota dealer. Wow, that is mightily impressive. So that's good times. And since then I've got kind of manual history. The owner has, well, the previous owner certainly has written notes about the servicing they've given it. And yeah, it had a service 6,000 miles ago earlier this year, so I'm tempted to do that again and bring that oil change interval down for the health of the engine and turbo. Right, this wiper situation could not be left to stay as it was. There we go. That seems pretty decent to me. Just adjusted that arm up a little bit, and Triangular Doom's gone. I've also brought the driver's one up, so it's coming a bit closer to the pillar. I'm just gonna bung them on fast and make sure it isn't hitting the trim. Yeah, I think we're good. Grand. I'll tell you what I don't love though, these Bosch wiper blades. This seems to be an increasing problem with the Bosch wiper blades, is that you end up with this sticky out bit at the end, and there's a spoiler attached, so it's not like it's the wrong way round, but yeah, this is all sticking out. That's loose, so it's not doing a completely clean wipe. This one's the same. Look, it's too long and unsupported at the end, which is exactly where you think you'd need the support. So I may need to find new favourite wipers, because Bosch are not ticking the boxes. Well, just to conclude this one, I'm finished with my tarting up for now. I'll do the headlamps another day. This tyre, I think it's just the way I've parked. It was about 4 psi low. I've pumped it up, all good. What I will say, these are 6-year-old Goodyears, and look at them, falling apart. So I may have to sort some tyres out at some point. It's got 3 from 2019. This back one is actually from 2023, so this is a lot newer and hence isn't so degraded. But yeah, this one is also looking, I mean, I appreciate it's a heavy car with a heavy front end, but that doesn't strike me as ideal for just 6 years old. So we might be looking at putting a set of tyres on. But yeah, very pleased with how the wheels have come up. That's so much better. It's just a shame the roads are absolutely disgusting, so by the time we get it back home, it'll be absolutely filthy again. We haven't actually done a fat lot on driving impressions, because the first drive in this car was pretty much straight onto a motorway. If I just pop the aircon off for a minute. Okay, the idle's come back down again now. Yeah, the idle seems to go quite high. Is that the aircon? Or maybe it's electrical load, because if I turn the aircon off, it doesn't change. So yeah, when it's still getting up to temperature, it does a bit of a high idle, bit weird. And we've just had the starting issue. It's something else these engines are notorious for. It took 3 attempts to get us started this morning. Quick look online suggests something called the SCV. I don't know what it does, but we might have to look into that, because I've got a very, very important mission in this car this week. And typically minicab duty, effectively. I've got to take someone to the airport, and if it doesn't behave for that, there will be much stress and anguish. But let's get down the road. So it sounds horrible. It's just a clattery modern diesel, a particularly high-pitched clatter, just because it's still getting up to temperature. Once it's warm, it is much quieter. But generally what impresses is just the refinement. As the speed builds, it gets that much more peaceful. You're not having to rev the engine, and it just gets down the road. Is it fun to drive? No. I drove this car down the A4 120, the Devil's Bridge Road, when I came back in it, and it was not fun at all. There's nothing engaging about this driving experience, but that's not why I've bought this car. You're never in doubt in a bend. It will get you around the bend, but there's just something about the steering's just a bit too dead, and they've worked so hard to make everything, and I mean everything, every single switch, even the cup holder, everything has got a nice feel to it, but it's so far removed from an entertaining drive. It's actually incredible. Everything is numb, and to be honest, when you're battling down a country road in the dark, in the winter, that's what you want. You don't want it to be engaging. You want it to just get the job done with the least amount of hassle, and that's where this truly excels. And like I say, this engine is so low revving. We're sitting between 1 and 2,000 revs almost all of the time. It is a proper slogger. But like I say, I've got the dippertain on order. That should help burn off impurities a bit more, and should help both the EGR and the DPF, and just keep everything a little bit happier. Let's put the automatic wipers on and see how responsive they're feeling today. There's a problem with automatic wipers. Every car I've driven with automatic wipers, you find yourself having to muck about with a little sensitivity ring to try and get them to actually perform properly. We'll go and take it down a twisty road and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Too many gears, I reckon. I think the engine's strong enough it could pull a well spaced out set of 5 gears. I don't think it really needs 6. See, again, that's just not wiping enough. There we go. I put some lights on manually. It has got auto lights, they're not very good. There we go. Unleash the torque. Yeah. I mean, it's entertaining in as much as it's fun to drive a brisk car down a twisty road, but there's just no sensation through the steering at all, because that entertainment is fun in a short burst, but if you're on a long trip, you don't want the feedback grabbing at your hands all the time. Everything is just damped to be just so, and it's very impressive. I think the ride is incredible given it's on 55 profile tyres. That's quite low. That's usually way lower than I'd like. And yeah, it's just nice. It's not amazing, but you know, I've had quite a few amazing cars, and they can become very tiring very quickly. It's just crazy low revs. And the brakes seem good. The clutch is nice and sweet, and it's very easy to drive it smoothly, which is what you want. You don't want to be having to try and second guess it. But too many gears. I don't think it's quite as quick as the headline power and torque figures would actually suggest. I think 0 to 60 time is about 9 seconds. I suppose it is quite a hefty old barge, but I actually find it quite difficult to place because it's got quite a short nose actually, and first few times I was parking it in bays, I had the bum sticking out because I just thought the front end must be close to things, and it just isn't. So I'm having to tune myself in. But excellent door mirrors, excellent interior mirror with the auto dipping. Takes some of the stress of being followed down the road at night. It's just exceedingly pleasant. So yeah, there are definitely some foibles with these 2.2 litre engines. It's the 2AD FTV. I think the FHV was using the Lexus IS and had even more power. I think you could get that engine in the next generation Avensis. It's 177 brake horse, I think. But yeah, we shall see. Have I bought a ticking time bomb? I don't know, but it keeps the level of intrigue there, doesn't it? But there we are, folks. That's the new Steed amongst a bigger fleet update. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store. Don't forget the raffle for the Ford car down below. We'll see you in a future video. Farewell. I have ordered something to sort this out.